I teach on the Bachelor of Science Geography course here, so the BSc Physical Geography course, and my main area of interest is biogeochemical cycling. So that's the cycles of biologically important elements, things like carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, and how those cycle around the world, both in biological processes, so how they're made available to organisms, but also through the geological, the geochemical environment. So how are they cycled in the oceans, in the atmosphere, through soils and through rocks. And I teach that in a variety of ways. I teach that both in lecture courses, some of which have practicals associated with them, and I also teach elements of that on our Alps field trip. So we go to the Alps and we look at some of these biogeochemical cycles in the river environments that we find in the Alps.
Well, I'm a lecturer in Earth System Dynamics, so I'm a physical geographer and I teach on the BSc side. My particular interests, my research interests and my teaching interests are involved in the past, and many people laugh at that, but I'm interested in the nature and timing of past climate and environmental change over hundreds of years, thousands of years and even millions of years. And by looking at the past, we can try and understand how the Earth system works as a whole. And with that understanding, we can think about what might happen to the Earth in future in terms of climate change and environmental responses to climate change, and also on the nature of human impacts on the natural environment.
Well, physical geography is really perfectly placed to answer some of the big issues of the day, because it sits at the interface between our understanding of the natural environment and how natural systems work, and our understanding of how humans work and how human society functions and what the needs are of human societies. So with all the modules that we teach, we focus on how a particular aspect of a natural system functions, but we then always go to look at how humans interact with that natural system. What impacts are humans having on the system? How do we need to manage that system in order to make sure it's sustainable for the future? Of course, the big issue right now, which will be springing to everyone's mind, is climate change. So we do look a lot at how human activity and the systems that we're studying interact with climate and climate change.
It's a very exciting time to be a physical geographer, because as a human race we are facing lots of problems, and we're facing environmental problems, social problems and economic problems. On the BSc side, some of the big problems that we deal with are climate change and how the environment responds to climate change, also looking at natural resources and how those are used. Also things like human impact on the environment, such as pollution. These are all very pertinent issues for the future of humans on planet Earth.